Is it? Oh,
I would like to call the September 18, 2023 City Council meeting to order at 7 p.m. All please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All counselors are present. So we have an agenda. Everybody's had a chance to check the agenda. I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda. So moved. By Counselor Miller. Any seconds?
second.
By Counselor Santiago. Any discussion? All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Any public comment at this time? So this would be our public comment period, but nobody is here or online to leave public comment, so we will move on. We have a consent agenda. Today's consent agenda consists of September 5, 2023 City Council Work Session Meeting Minutes and September 5, 2023 City Council Meeting Minutes. Looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
That was in, this is wasn't our urban renewal meeting minutes from last time. It was our actual meeting. Okay, we did have one change in paragraph updated. So that when we say as stated, presented, that will include that.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a first by Councilor Holmes to approve the consent agenda. Any second? Second by Councilor Santiago. Any discussion, question? Hearing none. All those in favor state by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we are joined today.
I have a
Yes, go ahead.
question. Because of the executive session and a representative that's here for item number 4, it just dawned on me. But I already approved the agenda as presented. Can I amend?
Yeah.
Can I amend
Move
that
it.
to move number 4?
Number 3, essentially.
To number 3, so that we can get that in before the executive session, that representation is present and then can leave.
I have a motion in front of me to move number 4 to number 3 and 3 to number 4. Have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Santiago. Any discussion? All those in favor state by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Real quick. Okay, today, I was gonna read a proclamation. You guys are here today? Okay. We're here today. Good. Perfect timing. Get to my page here. We have a Vietnamese Heritage and Freedom Flag Proclamation. So I'll read it real quick. Whereas Vietnamese refugees have proudly resided in the city of Scappoose since the conclusion of the Vietnam War, and whereas Vietnamese Americans have put forth their full toiling energy building the city of Scappoose in a multitude of prominent areas, including industry, economy, culture, education, and military service, and whereas Vietnamese Americans have counted on the state of Oregon, USA, as being their second heart, mind, and family homeland, whereas Vietnamese Americans have embraced Vietnamese customs and traditions that have continually practiced through generations, and whereas a large number of Oregon's Vietnamese Americans respectfully embraces the yellow and 3 red striped heritage and freedom flag as a symbol of Vietnamese American community, and whereas it is the ultimate will and honorable desire from the Vietnamese community of Oregon and its community members that the Vietnamese American heritage and freedom flag be recognized as the official flag of their organization in the city of Scappoose, state of Oregon. Now therefore be resolved, I, Mayor Scappoose, do hereby recognize the Vietnamese American Heritage and Freedom Flag as the official Vietnamese flag of the Vietnamese Americans living in the city of Scappoose, state of Oregon. I resolutely encourage all to join in the reverent recognition of this cultural Vietnamese heritage and freedom flag. Witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Scappoose to be affixed and at the City Hall, Scappoose, Oregon, on this 18th day of September 2023. And I'd like to give this to you. You can take with you. Two.
Picture.
Yes,
Here.
that's my father's source. My father. Beyond the beautiful.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving right along. Hey, we were asked, we had Sana Lager from the Scappoose School Bond Committee Act come and speak to us at last meeting. And I had asked, we had a couple counselors interested in a resolution to support the Scappoose School Bond that's coming up in November. So in front of you is a resolution number 23-15. Why don't you guys take a look at it and see what you think, and if you want to vote to accept it. A resolution in support of Measure 5-296, a measure brought by the Scappoose School Bond Committee for a bond measure to replace Scappoose Middle School and provide building upgrades across the Scappoose School District. Any questions or discussions? Anna is here if you have any questions as well.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Just for the record, this resolution was not prepared by any part of our staff here at the city. This is something that we as council and the bond committee worked on putting together, and that's what's presented before us. This is just us as elected officials and as a council standing together with a message for our community.
And I don't see any floating H's, so it's very professional.
I tried my best.
So just for the record, there's 4 different categories of what the bond is going to be used to fund. And I was looking here really quick to see if I could find it. I don't think the resolution captures all 4 of those, but just for the record, can we state what those are? It's the replacement of the middle school.
Primarily replacement of it will be a 3-grade middle school, which is now a 2-grade, but it will be 6, 7, and 8 is the big and ask.
So it says, whereas the Scappoose Middle School has served the community for over 90 years and should now be replaced with modern facilities that are safer and easier to maintain, while at the same time provide an improved learning environment for our children. So that does state that there will be a new middle school. And then it says, whereas aging infrastructure in all Scappoose schools must be enhanced to increase safety, security, and student learning. That's also noting that not only is it for a new middle school, but it's for upgrades across the district in those areas. Is there something that you find is missing?
No, I just want to make sure that it's clear that there's a variety of different upgrades across basically all the school buildings that is occurring, not just the replacement
Absolutely.
of the middle school. And I had an opportunity to talk to Phil Lager, sorry.
Logger.
Lager, okay. This afternoon too, to kind of go over some things too. And I was really pleased with what I heard. So thank you for all your efforts too.
You know, as our middle school's over 90, our high school's over, 50. So there are a lot of upgrades. And I know the grade schools, no HVAC, safety issues, security, a lot of that needs to be done.
New
So
roofs.
new roofs. Yeah, our Grant Watts is probably 60 years old or more. So we've got some. old schools.
1963.
And like they said, things are not getting cheaper. If we wait, it will be much more expensive every year. And by doing this bond, they do get a leverage an additional 4 million in state matching funds, also in the resolution. So do I hear a motion to approve or accept this resolution?
Just to clarify, this is all for structural, right?
It's a
Cost.
bond,
Really?
construction bond. So, big majority is a brand new school. And then all the schools will get upgrades.
They should be all one-time capital costs because it's a bond. Is that what your question is?
Yeah.
Can't be used towards
Right.
staff.
Anything else, right?
Mm-mm. Mr. Mayor, you'll read the resolution completion as we approve it.
You asked me to.
I would love for you to. But first,
Okay.
Really efficient.
I move to approve the resolution as presented.
By Council President Grayson, second. By Councilor LaFrenz. Any discussion, question? Seeing none, all those in favor state by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. So resolution 23-15, a resolution in support of measure 5-296, a measure brought by the Scappoose School Bond Committee for a bond measure to replace Scappoose Middle School and provide building upgrades across the Scappoose School District. Whereas the city of Scappoose is a municipal corporation, where the city council believes school facility improvements are an investment in our youth, which in turn is an investment in our community. Whereas the Scappoose Middle School has served the community for over 90 years, it should now be replaced with modern facilities that are safer and easier to maintain, while at the same time provide an improved learning environment for our children. Whereas aging infrastructure in all Scappoose schools must be enhanced to increase safety, security, and student learning. Whereas the passing of the $110 million bond will leverage an additional $4 million in state matching funds. Whereas the cost of replacing these facilities and performing these district upgrades rises each year with the cost of inflation. Now therefore it be resolved that the Scappoose City Council hereby supports Scappoose School Bond Measure 5-296. Passed and adopted by the Scappoose City Council and signed by me, Mayor Joe Backus, and the city recorder in authentication of its passage this 18th day of September 2023. You. Right. Okay, we are now going into executive session. ORS 192-660-2-I. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decisions may be made in executive session. And at the end of the executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back in the room. Don't really have any feel of how long this will take. But we'll,
I think
30
we
minutes?
we had probably hoped to
Okay.
wrap it up.
okay, 20, 30 minutes, and then we will reopen our session.